Surveillance Capitalism by Shoshana Zuboff is a book that exposes the ways in which big tech companies like Google and Facebook, and to a lesser extent Apple, have transformed our lives through their use of surveillance capitalism. Her analysis is well-researched, and she makes a compelling case that we have normalized the invasion of our privacy through use of technology. One of the major points that Zuboff emphasizes in the book is that we have falsely categorized our role in the tech ecosystem. When we participate in platforms like Facebook or Instagram or use a free search engine like Google, the user has often been referred to as the product that is being sold. But we're not the product, as many people have thought. Rather, her theory is that we are the raw material that big tech companies use to produce their real product, which is predictive analytics. These analytics are used to predict and influence human behavior in ways that we may not even be aware of, all in the pursuit of profit. She shows how we have come to accept this surveillance as normal, and that we've unwittingly become a part of a new form of capitalism that seeks to monetize every aspect of our lives. And yet, the implications of this surveillance are vast and far-reaching. Our personal data is being used to target ads, shape our preferences, and influence our behavior in ways that we're not even aware of. In fact, here's a few excerpts from the book that really stood out to me. Surveillance capitalists declared their right to know and proceeded to extract and hoard unprecedented volumes of personal information, our likes, dislikes, interests, hopes, fears, desires, and more, in order to predict and influence our future behavior. The consequences of surveillance capitalism are vast, subterranean, and self-reinforcing. They reach beyond the individual to undermine the foundations of democratic society, and they do so while cloaked in rhetoric that appears to celebrate personal empowerment. When a giant tortoise stirred from her torpor to swallow a succulent chunk of cactus into which a dedicated scientist had wedged a small machine, it was a time when scientists reckoned with the obstinacy of free-roaming animals and concluded that surveillance was the necessary price of knowledge. Locking these creatures in a zoo would only eliminate the very behavior that scientists wanted to study. How were they to be surveilled? The solution, once concocted by scholars of elk herds, sea turtles, and geese, have been refurbished by surveillance capitalists and presented as an inevitable feature of the 21st century, life on Earth. All that has changed is that now we're the animals. All right, my biggest criticism of the book is that it's just really dense and difficult to read. It feels more like a dissertation for a PhD that was turned into a book for the public and it failed. She uses a lot of big words, as you can tell from those quotes, that this guy had a real hard time reading. But the ideas and the concepts presented in the book are crucial, I think, for anybody interested in understanding the impact of big tech on our society and the ways in which our privacy is just becoming eroded. So I give it 3 out of 5 head tilts for readability, but a 5 out of 5 for the importance of preserving our human rights. Overall, I would highly recommend Surveillance Capitalism to anybody who wants to gain a deeper understanding of the role that big tech companies play in our lives and the ways in which our personal data is being used for profit. The book's message is incredibly important, and the insights provided by Zuboff are truly eye-opening. Her argument that we are not the product, but rather the raw material is a crucial point that should make us all reconsider our relationship with technology. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch that book review. If you liked it, I think you might like this one as well. Check it out.